Now yesterday, Nintendo dropped this strangest video ever. It was just this fully animated scene of this baby playing around with some type of invisible creatures. Now, some people online were trying to convince us this was baby Rosalina and her origin story for some reason for the Mario movie. Like, what are we doing? The eagle-eyed Pikmin fans probably picked up on all the references like I was able to do, seeing all the colored blocks being red, yellow, and blue, seeing the red, yellow, and blue painting in the background, seeing things just straight up move and being carried by some type of invisible forces, and obviously just listening to the music, you can hear the different Pikmin tunes playing, from the Pikmin theme in Pikmin 4 and even the main theme playing from across the trailer. But yes, it turns out that this is indeed a Pikmin-related project, because Nintendo re-released the same exact trailer, but this time with Pikmin included, but only put it on the Nintendo Today app. So, what's going on with this trailer and what's the point here? Well, Nintendo's actually done stuff like this in the past. They actually had, I think, 3 total Pikmin shorts where they had some pretty cool animation for the Pikmin battling a Bulborb and just doing different things with Olimar. So it's actually pretty cool to see that they're back at it again. These shorts came out 5 years ago, and we haven't had anything close to this since, so it makes me wonder, what the heck is the deal now, and why did Nintendo make it such a priority? I mean, making animation like this is something that costs a lot of money and takes a lot of time. It's a big investment, so is Nintendo just doing this to show off their production team, to give them something to kind of give an example of how their production is going to look? Is this something for a big project later on? It has to represent something, in my opinion. The first thing I'm going to talk about is, what's the point of posting a trailer with the Pikmin invisible, then posting another one on the Nintendo Today app with the Pikmin visible? Well, I think it's trying to tell us something about Pikmin, and something that we've been asking for a while now is, are humans still alive in the Pikmin series? Now, from Pikmins 1 through 3, there wasn't much evidence of this, but thanks to Pikmin 4, there's been a lot of things that made me scratch my head and question, because there's a lot of locations that seem to represent the fact that human life is still very much active. There's giant parks that are pretty much unscathed, there's aquariums that seem to be in mint condition, and even homes that look like they are presently being lived in. I mean, some of these locations have fresh looking sandcastles built, toy forts put together, fresh fruit sitting in the water in the sink. So it makes me wonder, is this scene that we're seeing actually some type of connection to what they were giving us in Pikmin 4? Is this Hero's Hideaway still, but the Pikmin are all in the bedroom this time around instead of downstairs? I mean, Hero's Hideaway had tons of toys and block forts all over the floor of the family room as if some type of child lived there, so maybe this is that same family. Maybe humans do in fact exist still. Now, we can still make a whole video explaining this theory. There's a lot to talk about, but this all comes from the Pikmin Bloom app that actually gives us lore about this, and states, Pikmin are invisible to the human eye, but can be seen through your smartphone. Now, this was probably just a little tongue-in-cheek joke for the smartphone, how you're looking for Pikmin like Pokemon Go, and you can't actually see them, but you can see them through your smartphone, but it actually might have some real lore to it as well, and it might explain a lot of these locations we've seen in Pikmin 4, where humans just can't see Pikmin. And I think they had to show us that, because it would look like that the baby saw all the Pikmin if you just showed them this trailer first. So they had to show you the first trailer showing, hey, the baby thinks it's just seeing the pacifier here. It doesn't actually see the Pikmin. Now, a lot of this just still doesn't make sense to me, because lots of pieces move in the room. There are thousands of Pikmin, it seems like, in this room. They're picking up blocks, they're in the toy bin, they're touching things, carrying things, moving things. Why is it that only the baby notices things are moving, but not the mother? It's not like Toy Story where she comes in, they all just stop. I mean, they do in a couple scenes, but for the most part, the mom should at least be able to feel the Pikmin land on her shoulder if they have weight to them. And just look at how many Pikmin are in the room. How is this mother gonna walk around, or how's the baby gonna play around without crushing them? I mean, it probably happens a lot, and it actually makes you wonder, what if there were Pikmin all around us and we just crushed them every day with our cars and when we ride bikes or run or play sports outside? It's kind of insane. They're gonna have to be very, very careful when they're running around this room. But now there's a bunch of other things that just doesn't quite make sense to me, like the dogs with Ochi and the ancient sire hound. I think the lore was technically they're supposed to be kind of ancient descendants of dogs. How do they tie into this world? What about the rest of the insects and creatures that we see in the Pikmin series? I mean, these aren't normal insects. These humans should be kind of thrown off by these creatures, right? They should be like, what the heck? Can humans not see any of the creatures in the Pikmin franchise? Are there a certain amount of creatures that you just can't see? If that's the case and other real world insects, bugs, and animals still exist, shouldn't Pikmin be able to see them still? So yeah, it does make me wonder, what's the deal with all these creatures and stuff? Are they visible to the human eye? How do they actually play a role? Is there some reason why all the creatures of this world look so different? It almost gave it a vibe as if there's a reason, because it was a post-apocalyptic world. That's why the creatures look the way they do. So I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of strange, and I'm not sure how I feel about it quite yet. I kind of like that post-apocalyptic vibe, and it fit the theming of a lot of the worlds and a lot of the creatures as well, and kind of gave you that isolation feeling. So if humans do exist in this world, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that personally. But moving away from that now, what's the purpose of the short? Is Nintendo just trying something out with their animation team? I mean, they use Pikmin a lot, just pretty much for everything and anything around Nintendo. I mean, they had it when you used transferring data from the Wii to the Wii U. They made a little amiibo cameo in the Mario movie. I think Miyamoto confirmed that they could be everywhere. So Pikmin's just always kind of been there with Nintendo, and it's always just kind of been pushed to be a major thing from Miyamoto himself, which is a good thing because Pikmin is awesome. Go play Pikmin. But I still do not believe this is teasing something new in the form of a mainline game. No, I do not think this is Pikmin 5 related whatsoever. I think it's way too soon for that. It had only been a couple of years, so yeah, I think it's still going to be a while until we see something like that. I've seen some people throw in the idea of maybe something Pikmin 4 Switch 2 edition related. That still could be a thing, but I do not think this is what this is teasing at all. The only thing game related this could be is if they are teasing some type of spinoff. There was rumors for a while still stating that there was going to be a Pikmin spinoff a while ago, and we still haven't seen anything with that. So maybe this is some type of maybe hide and seek spinoff game or something. That could be pretty cool. So maybe that's what they're teasing. But a whole animation for a spin-off of Pikmin? I mean, it'd be kind of insane. We know Nintendo is also stepping into the movie side of things, which is pretty cool. So I do think this is something along those lines. I don't think this is a trailer for a new upcoming movie that's going to hit cinemas, but I think this could be some type of look at what we're going to get in terms of like a show or something. I still think there's a show or something coming, where they're taking that short idea that they used to post and evolving it into a TV show. Maybe they're pairing it with Netflix or Hulu or something, and they're getting ready to announce that, and this was just a way for them to show this off. I think it is going to be kind of focused towards small children. I mean, they've been pushing this idea with My Mario, a new YouTube series where Nintendo posts these little animations of Mario running around, these little claymation type of things, where, you know, it's pretty much for children. It's for little kids to kind of watch and laugh at and play around with and get used to Mario at a young age, you know, and raising your child as a Bing Bing Wahoo fan early. But whatever this is supposed to be or going to end up being, I'm very excited to see what the heck Nintendo is teasing here, if they're teasing anything. Now, if they just let this go and it's just an animation, I'm going to be extremely disappointed and extremely let down that they're just, you know, keep giving us little short animations without evolving on them. I think Pikmin needs to be a bigger franchise for Nintendo, and they can only make that happen by releasing mainline games, spin-offs, and tons of other marketing media with it, you know, in order to advertise it properly. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Let me know in the comments down below once again if you have an idea what this could mean for Nintendo. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you guys later.